It's a lovely Wednesday afternoon on the 10th of June 2026, and you are watching Crown TV Midday News. I am Joy Mwinuka. We'll go straight into the headlines. President Hichilema pays tribute to Paramount Chief Mpezeni as a symbol of unity and peace. High Court to sentence father convicted of incident assault on hospitalized daughter. Southern Africa warned of El Nino threat as Zambia urges action on water security. And in sports news, chess receives Mobile City sponsorship. Thank you so much for tuning in, and now the news in detail. President Hakainde Hichilema has described late Paramount Chief Mpezeni as a true patriot who championed unity, love, and peace in the country. President Hichilema made these remarks during the burial of the late Paramount Chief at Ipendukeni Palace in Chipata, Eastern Province. Meanwhile, Paramount Chief Mbelwa, the late chief's brother, has expressed gratitude to the government for according Paramount Chief Mpezeni a state funeral in recognition of his contribution to the nation. Details in this report.
Thousands of people from all walks of life paid their last respects to the late Paramount Chief Mpezeni IV, who died on May 30, 2006 at the University Hospital in Lusaka. Paramount Chief Mpezeni, who ruled for more than 4 decades, has been laid to rest at the Ipendukeni Royal Palace Ground. President Hakainde Hichilema, who attended the burial of the late Paramount Chief Mpezeni, described him as a true patriot who championed unity, love, and peace in the country.
Nkosi Yamankosi was a true patriot who placed country, as I say, people and culture above himself. More importantly, he espoused and championed unity in our country. We are a country, for the visitors who are not aware, we are a country of 73 ethnic groups in this country. But when Yama recognized all of us, he understood that each one of those peoples own this country equally, without exception.
Paramount Chief Mbelwa, the late chief's brother, expressed gratitude to the government for according Paramount Chief Mpezeni for a state funeral in recognition of his contribution to the nation.
Presidents have decided to honor my brother with an official funeral. A rare honor that is reserved for this nation's sons and daughters of distinction. For that, I wish to express my profound gratitude, not just on my own behalf, but on behalf of the Abangoni people that the king diligently served throughout the 44 years that he was on the throne. The king was at times a figure of controversy, and at times a powerful voice for those who had no voice. His words carried different meanings to different people, challenging some, comforting others, but always stirring thought and action.
The Catholic Church also conducted a Thanksgiving Mass in honor of the late Paramount Chief Mpezeni. Catholic Bishop of Chipata Diocese, George Lungu, commenting on the burial impasses involving the late former President Edgar Chagwa Lungu, Bishop Lungu had this to say.
For over a year now, the remains of our late former President Edgar Chagwa Lungu have not been laid to rest. Rest in peace. Despite prolonged efforts of dialogue and engagement, and despite the goodwill expressed by many, the matter still remains unresolved, and is still the subject of legal proceedings in the Supreme Court. I respectfully, Mr. President, my and to all those entrusted with the responsibility of this matter, let every effort be exhausted to find a path towards reconciliation, mutual understanding, and dignified resolution. The dead deserve honor and fitting burial. The continued absence of closure has prolonged grief for many and has left a wound that is felt far beyond those that are directly involved. It is therefore my prayer, Mr. President, in the family of the wound, that circumstances may soon permit these mortal remains to be entrusted for Christian values, so that he may be laid to rest and to rest in peace.
In reaction, President Hakainde Hichilema called on the church to work together with the government to ensure that the late President Lungu is buried with dignity.
This applies, Bishop Lungu, to our 6th president, who we lost. It is our duty to bury him with the military protocols. He was Commander-in-Chief of our country. And I agree with you, we must all work together to bury our 6th president with dignity in the military style yesterday. Let us work together to do that.
Born David Jere, he was installed as Paramount Chief in Mpezeni in 1982 and served his people for more than 4 decades. He is gone, but his voice, frank, courageous, and deeply rooted in his people, will echo for generations. For more than 4 decades on the throne, Paramount Chief Mpezeni was Nkosi Amankos, a chief of chiefs who never bowed to power when his subjects were suffering. He was vocal in defense of culture, land, and tradition. From the Wala ceremony to the corridors of government, his words were direct and unfiltered. He challenged corruption, he demanded development for Eastern Province, he told presidents to their faces what his people needed, and he did so without fear. For Crown TV News, Sambo David Chipata, Eastern Province.
A case involving a 47-year-old man who repeatedly defiled his daughter while she was admitted at the Cancer Disease Hospital has been referred to the High Court for mitigation and sentencing. Lusaka Magistrate Kawana Mwamvulili has explained the Magistrates Court lacks jurisdiction to impose a sentence in the matter. Evidence presented revealed that the father would frequently visit his daughter at her hospital bedside, using those moments to sexually assault her, including forcibly inserting his fingers into her vagina. Upon review, the court convicted him of indecent assault rather than incest, and the matter has now been escalated to the High Court for appropriate sentencing. Kundej now reports.
The Lusaka magistrate has convicted a 47-year-old man of indecent assault after finding he sexually abused his 7-year-old daughter while she was admitted to the Cancer Disease Hospital. Delivering judgment, Magistrate Kawana Mwamvulili says the magistrate court lacked jurisdiction to impose a sentence in the matter. It therefore committed the accused to the High Court for mitigation and sentencing. The case, which has drawn widespread public attention, involved repeated assaults at the hospital where the child was receiving treatment. In its ruling, the court says it was satisfied that the child was the accused's daughter and that she was admitted to the Cancer Diseases Hospital at the time of the offences. It noted that other caregivers in the ward testified that they saw the accused bathing the child. Evidence presented to the court indicated that the accused inserted his private parts into the child's vagina on 4 occasions and also inserted his fingers. The child gave unsworn evidence and was not cross-examined by the accused. Medical findings supported the allegations. Doctors found injuries consistent with child sexual assault. An expert witness, the 7th witness in the trial, testified that a finger would likely cause redness and that inserting more than one finger could cause tearing. Forensic analysis found no spermatozoa, but the court held that the expert evidence was sufficient and the conclusion of sexual assault could not be escaped. One witness who was cleaning the bathroom reported seeing male and female clothes, hearing loud water running and music, and hearing the child screaming. Another witness found genital fluid on the child's private area and took photographs, which the court says showed sexual abuse. The court also found that testimony from 3 different witnesses showed the accused used to bath the child, giving him the opportunity to commit the crime. In his defense, the accused told the court that on March 11th, he had gone for a CT scan and that the child's sister was the one who would usually bath her. The court rejected this, noting that the accused did not cross-examine the 3 witnesses who said they found him bathing the child. The court ruled that the prosecution had proven the case of indecent assault, but not incest. The matter now awaits sentencing before the High Court. Kundej Sachingalesu Ngandu, reporting for Crown TV News in Lusaka.
Police in Lusaka have finally detained a 41-year-old police officer identified as Justus Mulengo, who is linked to the alleged death of a 19-year-old boy from Kanyama compound. The deceased, Patrick Banda, was allegedly shot during the Christmas period last year at around 21 hours during a patrol. Speaking in an interview with Crown TV, Patrick Banda's father, who has been seeking justice since the incident occurred, welcomed the development but urged investigators not to stop their work. He says investigations should continue thoroughly, especially considering that a police officer who is allegedly involved in the matter, adding that he hopes justice will ultimately be served for his son. More in this report.
After a year of tirelessly pursuing justice through repeated visits to police headquarters, Michael Banda's efforts have finally begun to yield results. Mr. Banda, who has been running from one office to another in search of answers, can now breathe a sigh of relief as ongoing investigations have given him hope after months of waiting. Michael's son, Patrick Banda, was allegedly shot by a police officer during a patrol operation. Following intensive investigations, the officer suspected to have been involved in the incident has since been detained. Police say investigations established that the firearm allegedly used in the shooting discharged a bullet that struck Patrick in the back, causing a serious injury. Police Public Relations Officer Godfrey Chilabi confirmed to Crown TV News that the officer in question is 41-year-old Justus Mulengo, a serving police officer. Meanwhile, Patrick Banda has welcomed the development, describing it as a step in the right direction.
Polisi abenezo tulingana na paisho ya mwana napezo tu ya mchinja to anamuchinja pano asenzera ku kabangwe awenzi wa Mr. Chanda then naenda kuliwa CIO Mr. Mtankwa inawafusa mtanzo na mtu tinamkwira alipano so tinawafusa sinwamena anapaya hivyo nampatia titachabe suspect because tikalibe ulandira ripoti iliyoshoka ku ballistic kuja utitembera kuto amana shuta mwana ni huyu.
However, he has urged the police not to end the matter there, stating that there's a need for a thorough and impartial investigation despite the suspect being a fellow officer.
Inachaitikira marizeke titakara winango songati muyangana na mweka baboma mukapezekana vuto mwasiyama civilian panja mumena vutikira so chape nchiboma siseweza bwino.
As investigations continue, Michael Banda remains hopeful that justice will ultimately be served for his son, while calling on law enforcement authorities to ensure accountability and transparency throughout the process. Kundej Sachingalesu Ngandu, reporting for Crown TV News in Lusaka.
Information and Media Permanent Secretary Tabo Kawana has condemned the alleged incident of violence in Kabwe Central mayoral aspirant Wilson Pondamali. Speaking during a media briefing in Lusaka, Mr. Kawana has clarified that Mr. Pondamali was acting in his capacity as mayoral candidate and not as a journalist. He urged the public not to uphold peace. He urged the public to uphold peace and avoid engaging in violence, warning that law enforcement agencies will take action against anyone found wanting. Mr. Kawana also advised citizens against taking the law into their own hands and encouraged them to report such matters to the relevant authorities. The details.
So the only time the police are going to see that we're equal to the task is going to object to this. We just got this, just pick one idiot from there and deal with him.
Minister of Information and Media Permanent Secretary Tabo Kawana has warned journalist turned politician Wilson Pondamali and others that the law will not spare anyone found violating it. Speaking when he addressed the media in Lusaka, Mr. Kawana strongly condemned the alleged incitement of violence by Kabwe Central mayoral aspirant Wilson Pondamali.
Such should not be, shall not be tolerated in the country, and anybody who dares to break the law will face the law and the ramifications thereafter in accordance with the law. and there will be no sacrificial lambs.
In a video circulating on social media and other platforms, Mr. Pondamali is seen and heard allegedly encouraging his supporters to abduct an individual believed to be a supporter of the UPND.
It is very clear, like a Pokola, they cannot help us. So the only time the police are going to see that we are equal to the task is going to abduct us. We just go this, just pick one idiot from there and deal with him. Yes. We might be injured in the process, and let's just pick one idiot from there and then we deal with him.
Mr. Kona clarified that Mr. Pondamali was acting in his capacity as a mayoral candidate and not in his role as a journalist, distancing the media profession from the alleged conduct.
The person that has been arrested is a citizen contesting in an election who has been inciting violence, asking people to engage in political violence, even proposing to abduct a member of another political party and deal with that person, even cautioning his members that some of you will be injured in the process.
He further stated that government had not received any official communication suggesting that police failed to assist the opposition candidate.
What we have is a claim that the police did not act. But we all know that when we go to the police, we report and leave matters in the hands of the police. No matter what happens at a police station, there is no citizen or grouping in this country that is allowed to take the law into their own hands. Once you do that, you abrogate the law and you face the consequences.
Mr. Pondamali, the Kawe mayor aspirant, is currently in police custody after being arrested for alleged incitement of violence. The permanent secretary has since urged members of the public to maintain peace and avoid violence and allow law enforcement agencies to handle such matters, warning that anyone found on the wrong side of the law will face the consequences. He also advised citizens against taking the law into their own hands and encouraged them to report grievances to the relevant authorities. Blessings Mkandawe reporting, Crown TV News in Lusaka.
Southern Africa should brace for tougher times ahead of the much anticipated El Nino conditions that are more likely to cause crop failure and severe droughts. Zambia Water and Forum and Exhibition Chairperson Professor Imasiku Nyambe has issued a warning during its 14th gathering in Lusaka. Meanwhile, Vice President Mutale Nalumango urged mining companies to take greater responsibility in curbing water pollution, emphasizing the government's push for stronger, measurable solutions in the water and sanitation sector. Ms. Nalumango stresses much more must be done to ensure communities across country have access to clean, safe drinking water. Details in this report.
Those climate agencies warn that Southern Africa is very likely to experience El Nino.
A stake warning about the weather are set on at this event. Water expert Professor Imasiku Nyambe has told delegates at the 14th Zambia Water Forum and Exhibition that Southern Africa is heading for El Nino conditions. He said the climate pattern will bring crop failure and severe drought, putting more pressure on water and food systems that are already stretched thin.
Okay, those climate agencies warn that Southern Africa is very likely to experience El Nino, not La Nina, because that could bring severe drought, crop failures, and of course the energy disruptions. Even in the SADC region, the meteorologists there, they've estimated that 77% there is a likelihood where we'll have that problem of El Nino, starting October 2026 to January 2027. And these areas are actually Zambia, Zimbabwe, Malawi, Botswana, Namibia, and South Africa. And so it's important that there will be that risk to agriculture. There will be the risk to energy, which I'm pointing out there. Okay, and so my advice is that this Bamba harvest that we are going to have now Okay, I've seen when I went to Mumbwa, people are bringing maize and what have you. Please, Zambians, please, can we keep our maize?
And officiating at the event, Vice President Mtayena Lumango shifted the focus to pollution. She called on mining companies to take an active role in controlling water contamination as government pushes for stronger, measurable solutions. She added that government is aware about how climate change is damaging water infrastructure and it is reviewing the sector's regulation to make them more viable.
The government of the Republic of Zambia is fully committed to supporting the water and the sanitation sector as a key enabler of national development. Thank you for those institutions, including UNICEF, that have taken note that we are working together.
On the health angle, Kemuvala Mumba, chairperson of NGO Wash Forum, she warned that without secure water, fighting some diseases will be almost impossible.
Political promises must be measurable. Finance commitments, every target we must set must answer 3 questions. Who is responsible, what will be done, and where is the money? For Vision 2030 and the SDGs, this means clear, time-bound targets for access, climate resilience infrastructure, and inequality reduction backed by domestic resources, climate finance, private investment that are transparent and pro-poor.
Meanwhile, Finland ambassador to Zambia, Sana Henen, brought in an international perspective. She called for more transboundary water conversations so that countries can align with international laws.
We must also address local challenges, such as water quality, availability, competing demands, and extreme weather events. Because water, peace, and security begin at the community level. And in all this, understanding the importance of gender equality remains key. It is the girls and women who are mostly responsible for water-related work, especially in the rural setting.
Anton Chomba, Crown TV News, Lusaka.
You are watching Crown TV Media News. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back.
Business stage is back. From the 1st to the 7th of July, the trade fairgrounds in Ndola will be buzzing with endless opportunities. But how does your business stand out in the crowd? You get on the big screen with Crown TV. We will be live in Ndola, ready to take your brand straight into the homes of millions. From primetime commercials to exclusive event coverage, we create advertising that drives real results. Don't miss out. Visit the Crown TV stand in Ndola between July 1st and July 7th or contact our sales team today to secure your special trade fair advertising package. Crown TV, feel the honor.
This June, step into a bigger entertainment experience with more to love on us. We're talking more drama, more action, more unforgettable stories, all waiting for you.
All hands on deck.
We're opening up our world of entertainment so you can view more.
Good job, partner.
This June, pay for your current DSTV subscription and we'll upgrade you at no extra cost.
I am sitting with a very powerful household name. She is the founder of Peaberry Coffee Roasters, which is the home of Marika Coffee, and many of us are aligned with this brand, and I know you must be excited. Join me in welcoming Teja Bose.
Planning you need to do, and research, and studying, most likely, whatever industry you are getting into. But there's also that point that you have to kind of have a courage to just go like, okay, I'm gonna do it. You might not always feel ready, and things are maybe not perfect, but just get going, you know? Get going, open something, do something in that field you want to do, because it's always sad if people say like, I wish I had done that or tried that or whatever. And it doesn't mean that you are like a perfect in that field yet, but you have to have the courage to just take that step And I did this training and I was like, I'm in love. I just wanted to be a coffee taster. And I pushed that. I studied some business as well. But I went with the whole coffee tasting thing, and I trained and did my international qualifications for that. And that's how I originally started with the coffee.
Welcome back. We'll go straight into the sports news. The Chess Federation of Zambia, CFZ, has partnered with Mobile City Phones Paradise to sponsor Chief Mukuni International Chess Tournament. The partnership will see Mobile City Phones Paradise provide phones and laptops to the winners of the tournament. This year's tournament will be held in Livingstone from 4th to 7th of July 2026. Mobile City Phones Paradise head of marketing Masambo Minanu says Mobile City will also sponsor other chess tournaments. Dinosi has more in this report.
Chess Federation of Zambia has partnered with Mobile City Phones Paradise for the 2026 Chief Mukuni International Chess Tournament to be held in Livingstone from 4th to 7th. The partnership will see winners of the tournament go away with phones and laptops. Mobile City Phones Paradise Head of Communication, Masambo Mumuni, says the partnership will be an ongoing partnership.
The aim is that we don't want to divorce. We want to make this partnership grow. We want medals to come through. Because it's a tournament that we're going to find that even a child, a kid, I've witnessed where kids are playing chess. There are no fights there. That's what we want. So our aim is to make this tournament, or make this federation grow, make this chess grow. Remember, I said we want to go in secondary schools so that people can know these chess tournaments, chess games as well. We want a lot of medals. We want to produce a lot of Amon Simtoe.
Chess Federation of Zambia President Leslie Chikusa says he is happy to have received this partnership as it will help improve chess in Zambia.
This partnership between Chess Federation of Zambia and Mobile City is a very important partnership for us as Chess Federation of Zambia.
Thank you very much, colleague.
Because sport and chess can only be sustained through such partnership. Through corporate sponsorship and support, then we get assured that there's sustainability.
And one of the players says the partnership will help players use the technology to improve the game.
The sponsorship is going to help very much because a lot of chess players are missing out on online stuff, social media. Most nowadays, technology is booming, so a lot of chess players need these gadgets to continue the training, online training, because most staff players are mostly abroad. So yeah, you can be doing online chess, online trainings and everything.
For Crown TV Sports, Leoncy Victoria in Osaka.
Well, those are the stories we had for you on today's Midday News. Before we go, let's take a look at the stories that made headlines. President Hichilema pays tributes to Paramount Chief Mpezeni as a symbol of unity and peace. High Court to sentence father convicted of indecent assault on hospitalized daughter. Southern Africa warned of El Nino threat as Zambia urges action on water security. And in sports, chess receives Mobile City sponsorship. On that note, we have come to the end of the Midday News. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am Joy Mwinuka. Have a lovely day.